Welcome to SMB University. In this module, we'll be exploring Cisco's data center and virtualization solutions. We'll introduce the concepts involved in data center and virtualization, the trends in the market that are challenging data center management and budgets, and show how a Cisco virtualization solution can provide significant, measurable business advantages. Let's start by taking a look at some of the trends associated with data centers in the market today. Today, data centers are under pressure from multiple angles. It's widely understood that the data center sits at the core of information technology, and therefore is key to how IT can deliver service and value back to the business. One angle of challenge to IT in the data center is coming from the business, because the business itself is under pressure. Companies today are facing a more competitive environment where speed of innovation is important. This means that the ability to do more with less and faster is increasingly important. For example, brick-and-mortar retailers continue to be under pressure to change and modify their services based on challenges from companies like Amazon. How does one do that with an inflexible IT? Then you have the technology trends that are driving change. Cloud, for instance, has fundamentally impacted IT by enabling shadow IT, with all the associated risks that come with it. With the increase in data, whether big data or video, more opportunities exist to leverage data for business intelligence. However, this has caused a huge spike in the past in energy, which is why power and cooling is one of the key challenges data center managers face. Finally, more employees are expecting to choose their own device, and IT is beginning to recognize both the risk and the opportunity. Some of the more specific challenges facing IT managers are items like dealing with the inefficient use of data center resources, the siloed groups and budgets, and the constantly evolving security vulnerabilities. But perhaps the biggest challenge for IT today is time. Typically, the vast majority of administrator time, a full 70 to 80%, is consumed by maintenance activities. This includes managing existing assets which are siloed, or adding, removing, and changing in order to optimize in-resource utilization while dealing with security vulnerabilities and application restraints. When 80% of your resources are dedicated to keeping the lights on and managing all that you have, there is very little left for innovation that benefits the business. In addition to time, a brief look at the figures for data center economics confirms the large amount of the total budget that is spent on maintenance and operations. Looking at the chart on the right-hand side, it is clear that management and administration is the largest and growing part of the data center spend. If you can articulate a great Cisco solution that saves a good portion of that cost, the customer would be likely to listen to you and what you have to offer. The Cisco Unified Data Center is a platform that changes the economics of the data center by unifying networking, compute, storage and management into a common fabric-based architecture designed to deliver business agility, IT simplicity, and financial flexibility. Unlike other solutions which continue to build layers of management software to stitch together a legacy infrastructure, this platform is designed specifically to enable on-demand provisioning from shared pools of infrastructure resource across physical and virtual environments. This approach helps move from legacy IT to IT as a service, which is a much simpler and more efficient model for data center operations. The Unified Data Center is made up of three components. Unified Fabric describes our switching architecture for service-enabled LAN, SAN, and converged networks. With a consistent NX OS operating system across the MDS and Nexus portfolios, capabilities optimized for virtualization and security, load balancing and WAN optimization solutions in both a physical and virtual form factor, customers can deploy an intelligent, scalable, and highly available infrastructure. Unified computing describes our fabric-based x86 architecture. By creating a networked, highly programmable platform optimized for virtualization and cloud, customers have a computing platform that can be rapidly deployed and easily maintained, while being able to provide switching, policy and services down to the virtual machine. Unified management brings together Cisco's intelligent automation for cloud, which provides a self-service portal, service catalog, management and orchestration capabilities, along with a Network Services Manager for automated network provisioning and UCS Manager for UCS programmability. Before we examine the Cisco solution, let's take a look at some of the basic components of the data center and how virtualization has made an impact that we can leverage. Before virtualization, each server could run a single application and, much like your laptop or home PC, was comprised of a number of components: processor, memory, hard disk drive as examples. These components were dedicated to the server, thus could not be shared. The basic method to scale a data center was to simply add more servers. This meant that each server had to be managed as an individual element, making management difficult. Also, as each server was effectively self-contained, there was no way to share resources more efficiently. So you would have some servers only lightly loaded with tasks, with others overloaded, leading to inefficient resource sharing with the follow-on implication of increased costs. After virtualization, three major areas have been optimized. Firstly, the storage has been separated from the server, so that this storage can be shared by multiple servers. This will make the storage more scalable and efficiently utilized. The connectivity between server and storage is via a Storage Area Network, or SAN. Fiber Channel is a recognized interface for this connectivity, and the server would use a host bus adapter, or HBA, to provide this fiber channel interface. The SAN would also consist of SAN switches, which would be used to connect multiple devices together. Secondly, the processor is virtualized using some software called a hypervisor. Different types are available from different vendors, such as VMware and Microsoft. The hypervisor enabled the creation of a number of virtual machines, or VMs. These are effectively virtualized servers, each running their own environment, for example Microsoft Windows, Linux, or Citrix. The great benefit here is to more fully utilize the physical processor to run multiple virtual machines, thus driving the processor utilization higher and making maximum use of the available resource. Finally, the Cisco innovation was to converge the LAN and SAN networks into one, creating a unified fabric. The Ethernet protocol was modified to make it more robust and able to carry the sensitive storage traffic, which enabled the convergence onto a single network. The benefit to the data center is reduced cables, interfaces, switches, and the knock-on effect of less space, power, and cooling requirement. The result? Big cost reductions. Cisco Unified Fabric is the networking foundation for traditional virtualized data centers and private cloud deployments. Cisco Unified Fabric creates a true multi-protocol environment on a single network that enables efficient communication for both intra- and inter-data center resources. Cisco Unified Fabric can be best described by its three main pillars: convergence, scalability, and intelligence. The benefits of these three pillars, when taken together, bring business benefits including faster application rollout, greater application performance, lowered operating costs, and overall increased business agility. The Unified Fabric technology enabler for convergence is Fiber Channel over Ethernet, FCOE. This simplifies the data center network by converging LANs and SANs over a single lossless Ethernet network, providing a wire-once-connect-anything approach. It reduces network hardware sprawl through consolidation of Ethernet and storage switches, consolidates LAN and SAN cabling onto a single Ethernet cable, and significantly simplifies data center management while reducing overall CapEx and OpEx expenses. In terms of scale, Cisco uniquely offers three-dimensional scalability for the data center network: performance magnitude, ports and bandwidth, and geographic span. Unified fabric scalability enables enterprises to scale simultaneously on multiple fronts to support changing traffic patterns in the data centers, including larger, more complex workloads brought about by virtualization and the proliferation of virtual machines, along with the challenges of cloud computing. Finally, Cisco's unified fabric embeds virtual machine-aware security and intelligent services directly into the network fabric, delivering seamless services throughout the data center in a consistent and uniformed manner. Our first look at the elements that make up the Cisco virtualization solution starts with another of the major value pieces that Cisco provides their data center customers: the UCS servers. Cisco is a relatively new entrant in the server market, having only entered around 5 years ago. And there are good reasons why, as we will see later, Cisco is strongly challenging and succeeding in taking market-leading positions against long-term incumbent competitors. Servers powered by x86 processors closely follow the development and release programs of Intel's processors. Currently, Cisco are on the third generation of UCS servers, referred to as the M3 version. In the range, you can see both rack mount, or C-Series, and blade, or B-Series servers. This gives the flexibility of form factor required to compete in a wide range and size of customer situations. In the middle of the diagram, you can see the UCS C220, a versatile general-purpose enterprise application server. The equivalent in blade form factor is the UCS B200, giving a half-height server blade with the same performance and capability. These servers can take on board hard disk drives or leverage the benefits of a storage system for scalability. For applications which require more onboard disk capacity, the UCS C240 has a different layout in order to accommodate up to 20 hard disk drives locally. For more intense and mission-critical applications, the UCS C420 and B420 servers provide more and faster processor capability, moving from 2 to 4 processor sockets per server. And for requirements less based on performance, but more cost-sensitive, the UCS C22, B22, and C24 meet this whilst being competitively priced against the competition in this value end of the market. All these servers share the common benefits of the Cisco Unified Computing System and networking, management, virtualization, and storage access into a single integrated architecture. This unique architecture enables end-to-end server visibility, management, and control in both bare metal and virtual environments, and facilitates the move to cloud computing and IT as a service with fabric-based infrastructure. As we will see, the smart, programmable infrastructure of Cisco UCS simplifies and speeds enterprise-class application and service deployment in bare metal, virtualized and cloud computing environments. With unified model-based management, configuring hundreds of servers is as fast as configuring just one server, with lower cost of ownership and improved business continuity. Having taken a look at the UCS servers, we can now explore how these fit into the highly scalable architecture which brings the important customer benefits to fruition. Firstly, focusing on the UCS B-Series, we can see that both the full and half-height servers can slide into the UCS blade chassis, each chassis containing up to 8 half-height or 4 full-height servers. To scale the number of chassis, each one has 1 or 2 UCS fabric extenders inserted at the rear of the chassis, giving fiber channel over Ethernet interfaces to scalably connect to the architecture, effectively the unified fabric. Scalably connecting many chassis together is the role of the UCS fabric interconnect switch. As shown in the right side of the diagram, 1 or, for redundancy, 2 fabric interconnect switches are used to connect many chassis together using the unified fabric. The switch also provides the breakout to pure Ethernet or fiber channel environments. The biggest benefit the fabric interconnect provides to the UCS architecture is management. The switch has embedded UCS management, giving the capability of managing not only the switch itself, but also the chassis, the servers, and all components involved. Not forgetting the rack-mount UCS C-Series servers, these can provide entry-level or standalone server capability, while integrating into the UCS architecture we have described, bringing investment protection to customers wanting to later scale their data center with B-Series servers. Looking at the wider portfolio, the Cisco Unified Fabric Switching portfolio offers one of the broadest data center LAN and SAN switching portfolios in the industry, spanning from the hypervisor to the data center core. Cisco Unified Fabric provides the flexibility of high-performance, highly available, highly scalable networks to serve diverse data centers' needs, including the lossless requirements to carry storage traffic over a simplified infrastructure based on 10 gigabit Ethernet. All platforms in the portfolio run on a common operating system, NXOS. Having a single operating system across every element of the data center network provides operational and functional consistency, with tight integration across the unified fabric, significantly simplifying operations and providing a foundation for accelerated innovations. Looking at the LAN product area in the middle of the picture, the range includes capability to provide top-of-rack aggregation of 1, 10 or even 40 gigabits per second, Ethernet interfaces with a Nexus 3000. Fabric extender Nexus 2000 to work with the larger Nexus 5000 and 7000 to create a centrally managed extension to connect 1 and 10 GE servers. The industry's first virtual switch with a Nexus 1000V, giving feature consistency and control in the connectivity inside a hypervisor for the virtual machines. To the right, we see the platforms combining LAN and SAN connectivity. From the Nexus 5000 with universal port capability to enable any port as Ethernet, FCOE or fiber channel in a fixed 1 or 2 rack unit size, the Nexus 6000 giving massive switching capability with easy expansion to 40 gigabit interfaces, up to the Nexus 7000 enabling a large-scale modular chassis. On the left, the highly successful MDS range for customers requiring large numbers of cost-effective fiber channel ports and integration into a unified fabric architecture. We also bring single pane of management for Nexus and MDS families with Data Center Network Manager, DCNM, for simplified operations and control. And talking about management, the biggest benefit of Cisco's UCS architecture, as stated by customers, is the easy and scalable management. Let's take a look at the common management of the data center today and then contrast this with Cisco's capability. The strategic discussion with CIOs and IT managers today is about business agility and operational efficiency. The need to simplify and more easily manage the data center is apparent when you recognize that more than 70% of IT budgets pay for operational costs. Maintaining what you've got versus deploying new services. Every IT administrator, operations manager, and CIO struggles with this reality. yet has become stuck with traditional infrastructure that is clunky, difficult to manage, and hardwired. Cisco introduced the Unified Computing System to streamline IT operations around the compute network hypervisor stack. Our success has proven that customers consistently choose ease of use through integrated management. Data center strategy has become a critical part of business strategy. Today, more than ever, the ways and means of IT deployment can make the difference between an efficient, successful organization and an ineffective one. But IT's support workload is increasing with greater numbers of applications for business operations and new services for competitive differentiation. As a result, the IT environment has become increasingly complex and shows no signs of stopping. This has placed greater burdens on IT staff in times when budgets are flat or decreasing. One of the major burdens is the management of the IT environment, with considerable staff time needed to configure, deploy, and manage applications and infrastructure. A recent IDC survey shows just how heavy this burden has become. IT decision-makers report that approximately 3/4 of IT staff's time is spent maintaining existing environments, with less than 1/4 of staff time being spent on value-added activities. Looking deeper into the maintenance activities, we discover 24% of time is consumed by pre-system deployment. 23% of time is consumed by turning on and preparing systems for applications. 29% of time is consumed by monitoring, update and patch management, health monitoring and analysis, and troubleshooting. Cisco UCS Director automates end-to-end IT processes, abstracting the complexity of individual devices, hypervisors, and virtual machines. It's the same concept as UCS, extended to application resources across compute, network, storage, and hypervisor. UCS Director enables resource delivery across the virtualization, compute, network, and storage layers from a single pane of glass. The self-service portal enables IT administrators or IT consumers to quickly request and receive infrastructure resources. Cisco's unified management approach reduces deployment times from weeks to minutes, virtual or bare metal, a unique capability in our industry. Like UCS Manager, UCS Director brings together subject matter experts who define the policies and best practices for their IT organization. The network engineer defines the VLANs and network configuration for specific groups and applications. The storage engineer defines data protection and SAN configurations. Server and virtualization administrators define allowable resource configurations and pools. UCS Director enforces these policies and automates resource delivery upon request by authorized users. Some customers refer to these capabilities as data center automation. Others call it a private cloud or infrastructure as a service. Whatever the label, UCS Director delivers simplicity and efficiency for IT operations. In summary, UCS Director provides fundamental differentiation and competitive advantage against hypervisor, server, and network vendors. It amplifies UCS and Nexus capabilities, avoiding commoditization. UCS Director keeps you in the account with ease of use and fast deployment. UCS Director is unique. No other vendor comes close in value or capability. Another significant advantage that Cisco brings to the data center solution is a comprehensive list of integrations and innovation with industry-leading partners. A few challenges are present for mid-sized customers. They need to support today's business needs with limited budgets and with small generalist IT support teams who have to battle complexity. environments are increasingly becoming more complex, as well as unpredictability of future needs. In effect, our customers need us to solve these problems by providing a complete solution to them, enabling them with the business benefits they aim for. Consider this design approach started with the application and a dedicated infrastructure under it. Services and storage carved out just for that application and its users. Typically, these silos are independent of each other. Many times there were separate choices made about servers and storage between the different silos. Specialized skills were required for each silo, and often organizations were set up around each tier of service with dedicated SAN teams. To get a new application rolled out, the first step was to purchase and stand up new hardware and infrastructure, and it would often take months just to get the infrastructure ready to put a new application into production. Once rolled out, it was hard to share resources. Stranded excess capacity and horsepower in one silo couldn't be reallocated to another application that was growing or repurposed to roll out a new application. But server virtualization is changing that and paving the way for a completely different architecture where a single pool of resources can be shared across multiple clients. Server virtualization has a compelling value proposition and a profound implication. The value proposition is simple. Most servers are underutilized. If you could run multiple apps on the same server, you can reduce your server footprint, drive up utilization, and save a lot of money and manpower. Virtualization allowed a decoupling of the application from the hardware. Applications became mobile and could be moved from server to server for load balancing, moved from data center to data center for disaster recovery, and moved into the cloud and back out of the cloud for capacity bursting, flexibility, and cost. IT organizations can build a broad, homogeneous, horizontal server infrastructure that's capable of running multiple applications simultaneously. And server virtualization broke the cycle of having to stand up new hardware in order to deploy new applications. You can flow the resources to the demand. You have tremendous flexibility to move your applications around, and you can drive a degree of standardization. We believe these models will coexist for years, but the bottom line is the application-based silos are ultimately going to get relegated to legacy applications that will never be migrated, or the small set of key applications in the data center that people believe still warrant their own dedicated infrastructure. The vast majority of the storage and the vast majority of the applications are going to move to the shared infrastructure over time. With NetApp and Cisco, FlexPod Express delivers an integrated rack solution with some significant benefits to mid-size customers. Affordability, allowing them to start with a low-cost, easy-to-deploy platform. Simplicity, reducing complexity with streamlined operational processes and management. Efficient growth with standardized environment to improve predictability. Optimized IT through shared infrastructure and workload consolidation. For slightly bigger environments where blade servers would provide scalability advantages, FlexPod is the solution. FlexPod accelerates the transformation from infrastructure silos to a virtualized shared environment with pre-validated, standardized, scalable building blocks that leverage a next-generation data center solution from Cisco, NetApp, and leading operating systems and hypervisor partners. FlexPod is a flexible platform designed to fit many environments and handle mixed workloads. It can be easily tuned and optimized for your specific requirements. They are backed by easy-to-use tools that facilitate your design and sizing process, so you can add applications and scale up and out as necessary. The solutions are integrated, so you can count on centralized and simplified management. And the solutions are pre-validated, so they facilitate rapid, repeatable deployment. Another packaged solution to meet mid-sized customer preference is Cisco and EMC's vSpecs. vSpecs is one of 3 ways to deliver a solution from Cisco and EMC. Build your own, the ultimate in customizability, enabling customers to select the specific best-of-breed parts they want. It gives them unmatched flexibility, allowing them to design a solution to their exact specifications. It provides for ultimate flexibility, but requires a significant amount of expertise, overhead and time to deploy and manage. vBlock, converged infrastructure, offers single point of management, support and is pre-integrated. The high degree of standardization inherent to vBlock platforms makes vBlock an ideal infrastructure foundation for large enterprise, service providers and public sector customers. vSpecs is a complementary offering to vBlock, offering choice to customers from fully pre-integrated, manufactured and supported vBlock to more open solution built on proven infrastructure. Some customers have requirements for both vBlock and vSpecs, and other customers simply want the flexibility that we are offering with vSpecs. vSpecs significantly enhances EMC's ability to offer customers true choice in terms of the hypervisor layer to servers and networking components. vSpecs offers some of the benefits of a converged infrastructure while offering customers the flexibility to choose best-of-breed components that fit their existing IT infrastructures. Whilst on the subject of storage solutions, an important capability was acquired by Cisco in September 2013 from Whiptail. The Whiptail acquisition provides a storage solution based on solid-state disks or SSDs. This creates an opportunity for applications whose performance is limited by the access times for hard disk drives in standard storage arrays. Solid-state or flash storage has no moving parts, thus increases the performance of access time to stored data. This is great for applications such as virtual desktop integration and database application, and will become increasingly important in continuing to provide state-of-the-art Cisco solutions against the competition. Now we turn to some useful tools and proof points to show your customers why they should be interested in Cisco virtualization solutions, building Cisco's credibility in the data center. Firstly, you need to engage your customer in some areas which will allow you to steer the conversation towards Cisco features and benefits. Questions around defining and designing IT infrastructure, key drives behind vendor selection, and scaling and providing give you the chance to evangelize simplified management and provisioning, as well as determine their current comfort zone for solutions from certain vendors. Power and cooling capacity questioning brings the discussion towards how the customer can reduce utilities costs by thinking differently about the solution deployed. And 3 to 5 year strategic views point toward any existing scalability issues we can use to show a more flexible solution. It's always good to have independent verification of the claims made, and Cisco provides some great collateral to use. The total economic impact of the Cisco Unified Computing System is a report by Forrester Research based on questioning of existing Cisco UCS customers and the benefits they have realized from the Cisco solution. They then use this real feedback to project into a virtual organization, showing the business benefits seen and the return on investment realized. Leverage the Cisco marketing of UCS with links and collateral as shown here. This provides extra useful information, white papers and case studies on customer success with UCS. Cisco incentive programs give promotional offers helping partners to increase profitability and to compete in a very competitive market. One of these programs, the UCS Smart Play program, helps you get your new or growing customers a competitive unified computing system solution at an affordable price. Smart Play offers aggressively priced pre-configured bundles to make selling UCS easier and more profitable than ever, as well as breaking down barriers to customer adoption of our new technologies. Use Smart Play as a conversation starter to promote Cisco Technologies' differentiated value and to create customer proof points to introduce our technology and demonstrate the value of our end-to-end data center architecture. Smart Play offers 3 distinct ways to bundle and save. Solution packs are special offers specific to UCS B-Series and UCS C-Series complete systems for the most robust introductory systems. Expansion packs offer individual UCS B-Series and UCS C-Series blade servers to create incremental sales with existing installations. Rack pack server offerings are designed for the small and medium-sized business to give those customers increased choice and business agility with a completely scalable solution. As you see, Smart Play rack packs provide significant discounts, allowing you to compete against the established competition. This gives upfront promotional pricing with no registration needed by the partner in order to sell these bundles. A major proof point of Cisco UCS leadership is the US and worldwide market share figures for server blades. Taken from Q1 in 2013, this shows Cisco as number 2 worldwide with 19.2% of the market. The figures for the Americas, normally preceding the worldwide figures, show Cisco with 26.9% market share. Use these figures to show your customers that Cisco has a significant and growing share of the market against some very established and recognized competition. It shows that customers similar to them are successfully using UCS servers, establishing Cisco as a leading player. Take advantage of campaigns like UCS Acceleration. Focused on creating opportunity pipeline and helping sales teams position and compete with UCS. UCS Acceleration includes partner guides, calling scripts, customer presentations, and marketing collateral such as email templates and postcards. And the UCS Advantage Trade-in program, giving you the chance to include trade-in or trade-to credits, driving more profitability in the UCS deal. The aim is to accelerate customer migrations from HP Legacy and Cisco Early Generation UCS to the latest Cisco UCS platform. Eligible trade-in products include Cisco Early Generation Blade products, rack mount servers, and HP Blade and rack products. Partners must sell a complete Cisco Blade system, which includes a fabric interconnect, chassis, and blade to take advantage of the program. Also, this offer can be combined with other channel incentive programs. So, in summary, Cisco UCS provides you with a simplified architecture enabling lower costs and easier scaling and management, faster and more flexible deployment, higher performance with the great innovation from Cisco and no compromises with enhanced capability, future-proof design and scaling, and better total cost of ownership. Thank you for watching this Cisco SMB University module. For more information, please visit www.cisco.com/go/datacenter.